colleagues, welcome you to the post-match press conference of the Hollywoodbets COSAFA Women's Championship 2023, match number 5 between Zimbabwe and Lesotho. We are joined by coach for Zimbabwe here, Coach Shadrack Mlauzi. Coach, 1-0 win against Lesotho today, your first international outing since the FIFA suspension. Your impression about the game today?
Yeah, well done to the girls. First match, never easy. First match after readmission. Again, it was not going to be easy. While we were on isolation, the rest of the teams were improving, isn't it? They kept playing tournaments year in, year out. So naturally, teams improve because FAs are investing a lot of money in trying to improve the standards. And again, coming into today's match, it was not different. You saw, it was quite surprising that, honestly, that Lesotho could give us such a tough match. But well, we expected it, given that they've invested, isn't it? Then we sought to play a high-octane game, playing on the front foot, as it were. I think we did exactly that. For greater periods of the game, we executed the game plan very well because we anticipated such situations. And that's why even you saw me shouting at the players, screaming that they should initiate the press. So it came out extremely well. But in the first period, there's certain stages of the game where it did not work out well. We did not have enough control. So immediately in the halftime, we did exactly that. We introduced Edlin, who came in again and gave us the authority and control that we needed in the heart of midfield. Then from there on, it was a question of time. It could have been better in terms of scoreline. The chances didn't come. We were getting the chances, but we're not executing. But it can only get better as we progress.
Coach, maybe can you just share with us like what you were doing with the girls during the FIFA suspension time?
They're working at club level. I'm sure a lot has been happening at club level. As you can see, the level of fitness is not bad. And given the demands of the game, playing under hot weather conditions like this, but you can tell the physical quality is excellent. And worse off, you can imagine playing a high-intensity game, pressing the opponent high up the pitch. So now, those are demands that we place on the players because we want to improve from now on moving forward. Like we promised people back home, we're going to be extremely competitive. We know, yes, we have been in isolation for quite some time, but like we said, we're going to play possession-based football, and we achieved exactly that today.
You won the competition in 2011. Coach, coming into this one, what was your target?
Yeah, of course, the target is always the same. We want to be extremely competitive as a team. The rest of the world has progressed in terms of standards in women's football. We saw the recently ended World Cup. The teams set extremely high standards. So now, as we build, we have short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. So it is now infusion of players with relatively fewer number of caps and with players with experience. Of course, this being a largely developmental tournament, we want to give as much of an opportunity to the players as we can. So without taking away the competitive edge of the team. That is the goal as we come into the tournament. If we can come and wrestle the cup from the traditional holders, South Africa and Zambia, why not? We'll see how it goes, but we'll keep pushing I can assure you are going to be extremely competitive. Doesn't matter the opponent, you are still going to expect the same qualities from the team.
Colleagues, any questions to the coach? Yeah.
And the coach, you put up quite a young side, and a few have also making their power at the international stage. What were your impressions, especially on those? The first half, we saw Tanya very comfortable on the ball. The second half, also Inet coming through.
Yeah, but here and there, nerves. We could have been better in terms of how we set out to play, in terms of controlling the game, moments of the game. In certain moments of the game were poor. It could have been better. But again, it comes down to experience. That is why now during these tournaments, the regional tournaments, we are trying to give the girls as much of competition as possible. No, it's not easy to get friendlies in women's football. Most FAs don't give much friendlies leading up to tournament. So now we are grateful to COSAFA for this regional tournament. It is a platform once again to broaden the player base. So I think we did exactly that. There are quite a number of players with fewer caps. Yes, they've been here before, but just not with enough consistency, if I could put it that way.
Yes.
Coach, good afternoon. My name is Letamo. I have two questions. Wanted to ask. One, your group was labeled the group of death after the launch, and you just right now said you hadn't expected Lesotho to give you such a tough time. There's still Botswana, there is still Namibia. Do you think that you have given everybody a reminder of who the Mighty Warriors are? And secondly, I want to ask about Cynthia. How bad was the situation? Is it a critical situation, or is it something that she can recover from in this period before your next match?
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, you guys dubbed it the group of death, but for us, it's an opportunity once again to play against the regional best and see where we stand as a nation. Yes, we have been in isolation, but we've played these countries before. We know what to expect from them. We'll plan accordingly for the next opponent, which is Namibia. Then, of course, Botswana being the last group match. So, yeah, it's not an easy group, as we're saying. It was quite surprising that Lesotho could put up such a performance. But then again, we could have been better as a group in terms of breaking them down. There were certain periods of the game, moments where I felt and thought that we could have been more patient. We could have circulated the ball much better. It didn't happen. It is to be expected, given that the guys did not play friendly prior to the tournament. Only played against the boys. They presented different dynamic to the girls, of course. Then on Cynthia's injury, we are yet to assess. Isn't coming straight off the pitch side interview. So I'm sure we have capable replacements as well. That's why we brought 3 goalkeepers. We're not going to risk it because we are looking at not only short-term goals, we're looking at medium and long-term goals. So that to us is very important as a group. So we're going to assess it, but she was walking gingerly. It could be a sign that it's not as bad as we thought initially it was.
Peter.
Yes, Coach, well done for the win. I'm Peter Kanye from Malawi. I know that in football you win as a team, you lose as a team. But if you were to single out a particular department, would you say it is your striking force that won you the game, or the defense, or the midfield?
Yeah, of course, it's teamwork, isn't it? So now at the end of the day, the forward got the ball from the midfield or the defense. It was a team effort as such. So now, collectively, I think we won the game. So thumbs up to the girls. they put up good performance. We really had to dig deep. We really had to dig into our reserves of energy, because it's never easy playing a first match. Teams naturally are hyped up because at that particular stage, no one is out of the tournament at that stage. So teams are extremely competitive. It was to be expected, but nonetheless, we're equal to the task.
Yeah.
Maybe what are some of the aspects of the game that you think you need to improve going into the next match?
Yeah, just like I said, we need to work more on our combination play. We've got to be patient. The team set out to play in a mid block to a lower block, so we've got to get better in terms of our space occupation in the field, and perhaps splitting up play here and there, because that's something that doesn't come immediately, but it comes as the tournament progresses. As we play more and more games, the players will get better with their decision making and in terms of how they exploit the spaces.
Okay, next questions.
Coach, first and foremost, congratulations on your win. Frank here.
Okay.
I'm just curious about your preparation ahead of this competition, because your team was cheering. When during your preparations, were you in a space whereby you make an advanced stage for acclimatization due to weather conditions? Because as compared to your opponents, they were just solid and they showed endurance from non-positioning, attacking, and in defense. Was that something you worked on it?
Yeah, of course we did. Yeah, it came down to profiling the opponent, isn't it? Yeah, we profiled them, and we knew that they are going to set out to play in that behavior. So we did exactly that. But just like I was saying, when you work with your own team and sort of mirror what the opponent does, in a match situation, in a competition, it is slightly different, isn't it? But you could tell with the way that the players were positioning themselves that we wanted to break them down through certain attacking patterns that we worked on. Of course, we can't cry that the preparation time was very little, at most 6 days. Yeah, can't complain. But look, we're here, we're in the competition. A lot has been happening back home. You guys are aware of it. We're just delighted and happy that we have been readmitted.
Were you happy with the final score of 1-0, or you needed more?
Yeah, isn't I've been saying this previously, that look, with the games of this magnitude, coming off a long break, the players are just coming in after 2-3 years without training as a group. And so obviously it's not going to be easy, isn't it? Other teams have improved vastly. So it's going to be extremely competitive. But as we move on with the tournament, it's only going to get better. So, well, one can say yes and no. Yes, in the sense that we got the win. No, in the sense that we could have been better in terms of our tactical application.
Well, thank you so much, Coach, and all the best in your next match against Namibia.
All right, thank you very much. Cheers.
Colleagues, we are now joined by Coach for Lesotho, Coach Pule Kojani. Coach, tough luck in your first match against Zimbabwe. What are your impressions about today's game?
I actually think we didn't deserve to lose the game. According to me, anyway, I think we were a better team in the field of play until maybe the last 15 minutes, I think. Zimbabwe didn't threaten us with any kind of long balls at first half anyway, and a larger part of the second half. I think we were just unfortunate because football goes with luck. We were not lucky enough today to win the game. They were lucky to have a chance, which was the only chance I think they had to score. So they were the luckiest team today. Actually, my girls played well. They played well today.
Colleagues, questions to the coach? Yes.
Dr. Fajan, just weighing on how you have summed up your team from the beginning to the ultimate results. Pound for pound, who has upper hand between you and Zimbabwe? Because from where I was, I think Zimbabwe, they had 2+ goal scoring opportunity, which was shot on target, as compared to you, maybe 1.
I wouldn't say they were a better team on the day. I wouldn't say that. It doesn't only depend on the shots at goal. It depends on so many things. Tactically, we were a better team. Defending, we were a better team. Attacking, we were a better team. It's just that we didn't create enough chances to score. The chances that we had, we couldn't score. Unfortunately, we lost a player in the middle of the pack, first half. That's, I think, when we didn't. We actually didn't have a problem until we lost a player, first half. But we tried to cover the space. We tried to replace the player that we lost. But at the same time, we didn't lose the cohesion. We didn't lose the tactics. We didn't lose our style of play. It's just that sometimes when it's not your day, it's not your day.
Good.
Coach Peter Kanjere from Malawi, where does this result leave you in the context of your group's dynamics and overall tournament objectives?
We still have 6 points to play for against Botswana and against Namibia. We'll try to avoid making the same mistakes that we did today. That is, if we win 6 points, we have a chance to qualify. We never know what will happen with the other teams, but we are focusing on ourselves. So if we win the 6 points, we still cross to the semi-final.
Coach, maybe you have never gone past the group stages coming into this one. How far do you want to go?
Actually, we are just a work in progress. Right? It's a project. What we are doing is a project. We have younger players who are new in the team. Most of them are new in the team. It's the second year I'm here. We are trying to build a team for tomorrow anyway. Sometimes we don't work as much as we want to qualify, just to qualify. A project needs time. A project needs resources. So we're trying to work on that. We're trying to work on that so that at least we bring back the pride of the nation. Okay.
Yes. Go on.
Coach, just how tough were the conditions today?
Heat. I think heat. Heat was a problem. We tried to play in a way that we reserve the energy so that we don't run around too much. But at the same time, we wanted to play our attacking game. The reason why we use 3-5-2, we want to attack more than we defend. But when you're playing in a condition like this, when it's too hot, we lost the player because of the heat. Yes, she got dizzy, and then we had to replace her. Otherwise, if the conditions were better than now, maybe we could have survived. No one knows.
Yes.
Coach, once again, Peter, may you paint for us the picture of the state of women's football in Lesotho in terms of what it means to the girl child?
Can you come again? Maybe I don't.
May you give us a picture of the state of level of women's football in Lesotho and the importance that it has on the girl child?
Okay. For so many years, women's football was not recognized in our country. They're starting to recognize it now, and it's fast improving. Our league is not one of the best leagues in our region, but each and every year it's improving a lot. That's why for now, usually we used to have one team that is playing in the national team. At least for this year and maybe the last year, we are trying to neutralize that, and then teams are improving. Most teams are improving, and obviously it will help the country going forward. And going to your question, saying what does it mean to a girl child? Seeing other players go outside the country to play for bigger teams, like we have a player in Mamelodi Sundowns, we have 2 players, Royal AM. It tells a lot about what it means to the younger players. They want to play the same way, they want to play overseas. I think in no time things would have changed. Things will change.
Thank you so much, Coach, and all the best in
Thank
your
you.
next game.
Thank you.